Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today our topic is tense. First of all, we should know about the tense. Before starting different structures of the tenses, we should know about the tense, and then we will come to the use of the tenses. So, as much I have idea, I have written here definition of the tense. When we translate the word tense, it means zamana, but it is the translation of the tense. The word tense has been derived from Latin language word tempus, which means time. We can say in simple word, if we don't know completely about the definition of the tense, so we can say simply that the word tense means time. Next, I have written another definition. Tense is the form of a verb which shows us time. For understanding and for explanation, I have written here 3 examples. I play hockey. Next, I played hockey. I want to support this definition. So यहाँ पे हमारे पास 3 sentences है जो कि I play hockey. In this sentence, it shows us that this is the sentence of simple present tense. हम ये बताता है कि ये जो sentence है ये simple present tense में है. आगे I played hockey. It shows us the activity of past time. Next, I will play hockey. In the last sentence, we clearly see that the activity will be in future time. So, we supported here by the use and by the examples this statement and this definition that tense is the form of a verb which shows us time. Clearly, we see that this is simple present tense, this is simple past tense, and this one is this is simple future tense. Next, further we have 3 times for action. Whenever we do time, dear students, we will do activity. Whenever we talk about action, so we will do actions in 3 times. First, I have written here present. Second, I have written here past. And third, I have written here future. Mean in these 3 times we will do actions, and we will work in these 3 times. Next, in these 3 times we have 12 tenses. We will try to learn 12 tenses by detail, and these 3 times we will use these 12 tenses. So first, I have written here simple present tense. Simple present tense or present indefinite tense. We can say present indefinite tense. According to my knowledge, in Old English it is present indefinite tense, but in modern writers and respected modern teachers always use simple present tense. So it is you can say simple present tense, and you can say simple present indefinite tense. Before starting up the structure and before starting up sentences of simple present tense, we will know about the use of simple present tense. And what is simple present tense? Where we use simple present tense? Because mostly when we work on functional English, where will we use simple present tense, and where is the use of simple present tense mostly? So the first one I have written here, it is used for daily activities. For daily activities, next we can say habitual activities or day-to-day activities. Dear students, if you remember, whenever we were there in school, our respected teacher used to say that, for example, we used to stand in our classroom, and we share our daily activities with our classmates like this. I wake up early in the morning, and then I go to bathroom, and then I make ablution, then I go to masjid, I perform the prayer. So it was just like this. I mean, whenever we talk about our daily activities, so it is necessary to use simple present tense. So the first use of simple present tense, major use of simple present tense was that we can use it in habitual activities or daily activities, or we can say day-to-day activities. Next, we use it for, it is used for cricket commentaries. We can use for all game commentaries. Like for example, whenever we go there to volleyball game or football game or cricket game, so we will have to use the simple present tense of for commentaries. Next, it is used for universal truth. Some writer use for universal truth, general truth too. मेरा मतलब ये है कि यूनिवर्सल ट्रूथ के लिए हम सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. इसके लिए मैंने दो एग्जांपल यहाँ पे लिखे. The sun rises in the east. So it is the sentence of, clearly we see that this is the sentence of simple present tense. Next example, the earth revolves around the sun. So दूसरा sentence जो हमारे पास है ये भी simple present tense में है. Clearly हम ये देखते हैं कि ये simple present tense में है. So I mean यूनिवर्सल ट्रूथ के लिए हम ट्राई करेंगे कि हम क्या लगाएंगे, हम सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस लगाएंगे. आगे, इट इज यूज्ड फॉर quotations such as whenever we say or we write any quotation of the great people, so we will use for it simple present tense. Just like saying of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we can say that Holy Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that, and we can say Hazrat Ali radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu says that. So when we talk about our daily life quotation, we will use simple present tense. Next, use of simple present tense. Sometimes it is used to narrate stories, and so is simple past. Basically, as much I have idea about stories, so mostly we use simple past tense for, which is another type of this simple tense. We use for stories. Whenever we narrate any stories, we use simple past tense. So, but sometimes we can use simple present tense for narrating the stories. जब हम चाहते हैं कि कोई स्टोरी नरेट करे, कोई स्टोरी बयान करे, कोई स्टोरी कोई वाक़या बयान करे, तो इसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, इसके लिए हम सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस भी लगा सकते हैं. आगे हमारे पास है whenever the stories of the newspaper occur in past, simple present tense is used to write the headlines of that. Dear students, in newspaper we have different sections, but headlines are the major part and the major sentences of the newspaper. जब हम कोई न्यूज़पेपर रीड करते हैं, तो अगर न्यूज़पेपर में कोई स्टोरी पास्ट में हो, पास्ट में जो स्टोरियाँ हो, पास्ट में जो कहानियाँ हो, इसके लिए हम हेडलाइन किस में लगाएंगे, इसके लिए फॉर दैट वी विल हैव टू राइट ऑल द हेडलाइंस इन simple present tense. I will give you the example of it orally. Like for example, I say Prime Minister visits to China. So for it, I will have to use and I will have to study the story in the past like this. Prime Minister visited China and he did these thing, he did these thing, he visited this place, he visited this place. So I mean the story would be in simple past tense, but the headline of the simple past tense of the stories would be in simple present tense. Last one, it is used with if conditional clause, like you know a little bit about the conditional clause. Just like this example, if it rains, we will wait. So with if clause, I mean with conditional if clause, we will use simple present tense. So dear students, अब आती है structure की तरफ. So structure of simple present tense, subject plus base form of the verb plus es or s then object. It is the structure of positive sentence. At the end of Urdu sentences, we will see ta hai, ti hai, te hai, ta ho. मतलब जब उर्दू सेंटेंस की फकरात में के आखिर में ये आए, तो हम इसको क्या कहेंगे, हम इसको कहेंगे सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस. ये हमारे पास क्या होंगे, ये हमारे पास सिंपल प्रेजेंट टेंस की सेंटेंसेस होंगे. Now come to subject. What is subject? Let me tell you a little bit. I, we, you, they, he, she, it, and all nouns, these are subject in sentence. In English we say the doer of the action is called, in sentence is called subject. For sentence ki chikam she's car kavi agita munga sawai agita munga subject wayu au chipakam bani car ki agita munga object wayu. जिस पे सेंटेंस में काम होता है उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? उसको हम कहते हैं सब्जेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट। और काम करने वाले को हम क्या कहते हैं? उसको हम कहते हैं सब्जेक्ट। सो मैं स्कूल जाता हूँ, it is the structure of positive sentence and what is base form of the verb. I have written here a little bit walk, talk. For example, call we can say write, we can say move, we can say write and receive. Okay, these are base form of the verb. मतलब first form of the verb. We should note this point whenever he, she, it in singular noun is the subject of the sentence, we will add to the base form of verb es or s. Here will be add es and s to the base form of verb when our verb ended by ch, sh, ss, x and o. We will add es to the base form of verb. Like for example, this fix is ended by x, so we will add here es. Come to second word, work ended by k, so is here only s. Okay, मैं स्कूल जाता हूँ. We should note this point in grammar. This I is plural subject, so we can't change base form of the verb. And with I, we, you, they, plural noun, we can't change base form of the verb in a sentence whenever these are the subjects in a sentence. Like for example, यहाँ पे हमारे पास I है, I हमारे पास subject होगा, ये go base form पर होगा और school क्या होगा? Object होगा. So we can't add here es and we can't say like this I goes to school. It is wrong because I is plural subject in grammar and we can't add to the plural subject es and s there in a sentence to the base form. Next वो जो बोलती है she tells lie, यहाँ पे हमारे पास ये she जो है ना, ये क्या है? हमारे पास सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट है और वर्ब आया है बेस फॉर्म ऑफ वर्ब यहाँ पे टेल है, लेकिन सब्जेक्ट सिंगुलर है तो यहाँ पे मैंने लगाया क्या? एस लगाया है. शी टेल्स लाई. We should note this point. Mostly we have in exam and test two type of question. When we will see student here they translate the following sentence from Urdu into English. So it is traditional system, it is traditional way to convert sentences from Urdu into English or from English into Urdu. And at the end of the lecture we will do exercise of objectives 2, which is useful in NTS or in other tests. So it is traditional method and traditional key of converting from one sentence to another sentence. Mean from Urdu sentence into English sentence. Negative sentence की तरफ बात हुई तो था positive sentence. It was positive sentence. In positive sentence we don't have any question statement, any negative statement. We have simple positive statement. Now come to negative statement. In negative sentence we show negation. Mean we talk about negative statement. मैं कहता हूँ मैं स्कूल नहीं जाता हूँ. So when we make negative sentence, it is a structure of the negative subject plus do, does plus not plus base form of the word plus subject. Then it will be negative sentence. How? We should note this point. Where will we write do not and where will we write does not? Okay, I have written here with he, she, it, singular noun, does not and doesn't is contraction form, and with I, we, you, they, plural noun के साथ do not. So do not here, this one is doesn't is contraction form and the contraction form of this does not, and do not is the contraction form of this do not. Mean when we speak English, we should note this point. We should use contraction forms in our speaking language, and when we write any piece of writing, we should note this point. We will use extended form in written language. Okay, so when we make sentences with he, she, it, singular noun will add here does not, and when we make sentence with you, I, we, you, they, plural noun we will write here do not. Like this, मैं school नहीं जाता हूँ, so I as already I have written here I. So I use do not go to school. वो झूठ नहीं बोलते, she does not tell lie. यहाँ पे हमारे पास ये she single subject है, so that's why I have written here does not tell lie. Now come to question sentence. It is very easy. Question sentence, at the end of the sentences you will write helping word which is do and does, and these do and does is also these are also the helping verb of the simple present tense. So do, does, then subject, then base form the verb, then object. It is question mark in question mark, question sentence in question mark is necessary here. क्या मैं खत लिखता हूँ, so I के साथ वही पुराना तरीका होगा. Do I write a letter? Do I write the letter? Next, क्या सलमान क्लास लेता है? सलमान हमारे पास सिंगुलर सब्जेक्ट है, so does सलमान take the class? ये does हेल्पिंग वर्ब होगा, सलमान सब्जेक्ट होगा, और ये हमारे पास take वर्ब होगा, और the class जो है ना तो आर्टिकल है, लेकिन ये टॉपिक नहीं इसलिए मैं ही छोड़ता हूँ. और ये क्लास हमारे पास क्या है? ऑब्जेक्ट है. So it is a structure like this: does, subject Salman, in base form of the verb take, and this class is the object of sentence. Now come to नेगेटिव क्वेश्चंस. अब आ जाओ नेगेटिव क्वेश्चंस की तरफ. नेगेटिव क्वेश्चंस का स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा है: डू, डज, देन नॉट, देन सब्जेक्ट, देन बेस फॉर्म, वर्ब, देन ऑब्जेक्ट, देन क्वेश्चन मार्क. लाइक जैसे कि अहमद खत नहीं लिखता है, सो डज नॉट अहमद, यू कैन से डजंट अहमद राइट a letter, you can say like this, doesn't Ahmad write a letter, and क्या मैं स्कूल नहीं जाता हूँ, do not I go to school, so you can say don't I go to school. And come to WH word phrases or WH word question. WH word phrases, then do, does, then subject, then base form, verb, then object, and it is called information question. इसको हम information question भी कहते हैं और इसको हम WH word question भी कहते हैं. Like for example, WH word, मैंने अहमद क्या लिखता है, so what does, what is WH word, and does singular subject है हमारे पास अहमद, so that's why we use here does. What does Ahmad write question mark, and Salman कब जाता है, when as WH word, when does Salman go. Salman subject and go is base form of the verb. अब आते हैं negative information question की तरफ. So the structure of negative information question sentences is WH word phrase, then do, does, then subject, then base form, verb, and then object. So like for example, वो क्यों स्कूल नहीं जाती है, so why does not she go to school. आगे है अहमद क्या नहीं खाता है, so what does not Ahmad eat. It was the exercise, and it was the structure of simple present tense sentences. Now come to MCQs type questions. So MCQs type questions, this is first number MCQs. Mostly we see in different tests like this questions, like this MCQs. First one is he. We should note this point. He is singular subject here. Now in A number option we see Will Street. It is not base form of verb, and B number studies is is base form of the verb in both A and B. So in it, this study is he studies English. Again, my parents. We should note this point. This parents is plural subject here. In Pakistan, my parents so living does not. यहाँ पे तो ये नहीं लगता. My parents live in Pakistan. थर्ड नंबर की तरफ आ जाओ. Ted. So Ted is singular subject. Ted something go to school on Sunday. Okay. Ted is not. Ted or not or Ted does not go to school. Okay, already we have studied there in the structure that with negative sentences with singular subject we add does not, with plural we add do not. So Ted does not go to school on Sunday. Last one is my father live in Pakistan. So father is singular subject and do is run here, or is also run. Does my father live in Pakistan? This one is correct. So it was the end of this lecture. Thank you so much. Inshallah, see you next time.